we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
We're actually super excited to have you in. You got great energy, and I loved the Valentine's thing that you sent out there.
Yeah, that was great.
Big D Love, what's up?
So has that been your nickname for a long time?
Majority, or a little bit in Ireland, but then when I came over here, then it really sort of started setting in.
Nice.
Brought that Big D energy all the way from the Irish, them solid lads over there.
Yeah, exactly.
And how long ago did you come over to the States? Not like, are you a citizen? Like I didn't do all that type of research, so I'm kind of curious.
So street cops don't even ask me that, but I've been living here 7 years since January just gone.
Okay, nice.
And I'm
nice.
Green carded. If anybody's out there watching and wants to fucking cause hassle, yeah, I'm green carded. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, we're happy to have you in the States.
Awesome.
We are kind of associated with another podcast that's out in Ireland.
Awfully Ireland.
Yeah, Awfully Ireland.
Yep, that's where they're out of. It's our good.
Oh Jesus. Yep.
Yep, our good friends over there. They actually, Awfully Irish podcast. Don't know if you heard of them, but they are tremendous.
And do you actually understand them when they talk?
It was it's been a challenge. We've had a lot of fun getting to know them and having them on our show and us on theirs. They've taught us some interesting dialect, and I'm sure Big D, you know all about the Irish dialect.
Oh yeah, totally. But I come from Dublin, so I sound English. And
okay.
No disrespect to the rest of me Irishmen, but once you go outside the pale, the dialects totally change. If you want to laugh, you should look up on YouTube directions from an Irish farmer, right? And then you decipher. Okay.
I think I seen that one, and it was pretty funny, but it's interesting how dialect is different across the whole world, and it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to learn.
Our island is only 4 hours across and 6 hours up and down, so 4 hours here is practically to New York. So do you know what I mean? And then the rest of America is so big, you'd have an excuse for dialects changing, but then you can practically throw a stone across Ireland and yet the dialects change.
So what do you think the reason is for that, though? Historically, then?
Just people settling, and then whatever degenerate went to wherever, had a bit of a lisp or whatever, and that's how they started speaking.
Yeah,
that's a good point, because you go from New England, where I'm from, we got a little bit of dialect. New York, we are in the DC area, if I'm. So that's kind of still that East Coast, mid-coastal. Then you got the New Orleans dialect. Yeah, you're right. I never really thought about it, how such a small area can change so rapidly.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
Super exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great to be able to talk like people with yourself who have had all these experiences with cooking and are actually, you're doing things, you're working toward it. You're constantly on your mission. What would you say would be some of the bigger things that you've had to overcome to get where you're at now in your cooking career?
One of them, unfortunately, was to leave Ireland. And it was getting too small. There was only some names that were getting big and the audience wasn't big enough for me. So that's one of the reasons that I did come to America. As you've seen, and as people get to know me, I am a big character. I've got a big personality. And it just didn't gel back in Ireland, I don't think. So over here, it gels way better. To that fact, everybody probably knows by now, I'm finished with Jack's Ranch, and I've taken up a new position as a culinary director for a new group. But I can't tell you the new group yet, but it's going to be coming down the pipeline. Everybody's going to know about it real soon.
That's super exciting.
That is exciting. Always good to have things coming down the pipeline. And so upon your arrival 7 years ago, did you get with an agent? How did you decide you wanted to get into, kind of that public chef life?
I felt that I wasn't progressing as much as I wanted to in the land of opportunity. So I decided, right, I think the only way that people are going to get to know me better if I sell my soul to the devil. So I went on TV, and that's how people got to know me more. Then
Yeah,
I got a taste for it. And then once I got a taste for it, I was like, yeah, happy days. I like this. And I like the feedback that's coming from it. Let's see if I can get onto a bigger show. And that's how it just snowballed from there.
one thing after another. That's all we can do. But
Yeah.
I liked how you answered the question I had, because, you know, what was the biggest risk? And it was like leaving home, like, you know, taking that risk to leave something that you're comfortable with and, you know, go to another country and put it all out on the line. And I feel like the majority of people, myself. Oh, go.
The other thing about that is as well, I'm now 45. So I left very late.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what, you were
38.
Yeah.
Upon departure. But hey, it's never too late, man. It's never too late. You can go out there and own it at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to take those risks. You know, like it could be a little scary, but that's where you get the most rewards out of life, is like really you know, putting yourself out there and trying something new. And you know, I just like to kind of reiterate what you said there, because you know, leaving home and going out and like all the success that you've had now from it, it's like, you know, this kind of energy, the synchronicity, or maybe karma. Do you believe in karma?
I believe in I did send it out to the universe. I went, dude, let's do something. And when I sent it out, this is what happened. It came back to me, you know, and it came back tenfold.
So I noticed this, and look, I don't mean to call you out, man, but you got a Christmas tree sitting up still in the background right now.
Yeah.
Has anyone else been giving you, like, you know, do you just keep it up for a long time? Or I'm teasing, but
I know, I think it's pleasant. It's also a fake Christmas tree, so it doesn't shed or anything. But from whatever happened, I'm not going to go into that too much, but closing down on Christmas Eve and letting us all go, there wasn't really a good Christmas to be had in the house between myself and my girlfriend. It was a bit of a stress levels went up, and we just thought, fuck it, leave it. And then anybody that goes to, when I was doing cooking classes and they saw it, people lost their shit as well. And then you're after making a comment on it. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I love it.
When we turn off the lights and we're watching TV, it sort of has a nice hue in the room of color and all that. So we like that as well, you know, rather than a big bright lamp or anything.
Hey, no shame in that. Like usually if I hang up the Christmas lights on the interior, those end up staying up year round, right? Because it has good ambiance. It makes the room nice. And
good mood.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, man, but I had some bad Christmases too, where I was getting a little crazy with my missus. And, you know, it's like when you're in the holidays, you really got to try hard to just enjoy it as much as possible. But then you're dealing with all the holiday stress. Like, it's not a normal week. Like, you got all this other stuff happening, and like families and dinners. And yeah, I'm happy that it's the new year. New Year's starting good so far.
Yeah, New Year's is starting really good. So the way I look at it is Christmas Eve, it all ended. Christmas Day, I enjoyed Christmas Day. Sunday, I sort of had a bit of a cry mentally, and I went, right, Monday, let's go. Monday, I got on the phone, started reaching out to people, started contacting people, made a load of connects, got so much stuff going on. Got a big interest in my barbecue sauce, an investor interested in that. Found this job, did a few cook-offs for other jobs. When this new job was landed on my lap, it's the dream job, because it's a development chef, a culinary director. So you oversee a group of restaurants, you come up with the recipes, you set the standards. It's exactly what I've been looking for years. Now I have it, and I have it in a really big country with a lot of prospects to expand.
That's super exciting.
That's tremendous. I mean,
and they're also an investment company, so it's like, yeah, happy day. Yeah.
Good for you, man. Yeah, that's exciting. You know, coming out of the darkness and sailing on to the dreams. I like it. That's a good success story.
Mm-hmm.
Working toward it, man. But it does, because, like, you know, once your barbecue gets its line and you got all that set up and you've clutched this position, you know, people are going to be looking at you like, man, Big D, Declan, this man is super successful, but they don't see the struggle of leaving your home, you know, leaving Ireland. They don't see all the no's that you heard, all the times that, like, you failed and have the, like, you know, so that's what it really takes, is like that daily grind. And like you said, like, you had a bad weekend that weekend, but then you hop back up Monday and tried to make something out of it.
Yeah, no, I turned it around big time. And I always, my whole life, anytime I got knocked back down, I got back up and I adjusted, but I had to adjust to change it. And anybody out there that's listening to me, never give up on your dreams. Like, even if they're in your mind, if you're not questioning your own dreams, well, then there's something wrong. But if you question your dreams yourself, still don't give up on them. Always try and see the angles. And then once you see the angles, you can expand on that and make your dream come true. To the fact, like with me, I want a whole food range. And the whole food range is going to be barbecue sauces because it's America. Irish product like sausages, rashers, black and white pudding. Which, if I can say their name, it's Blue Ridge Meats in Fort Royal. We've already sat down and had discussions with them. They make an amazing product already. And I feel confident that they're going to be able to produce my Irish style rashers, Irish style sausages, Irish style black and white pudding. And once we have that rolling, that's project number 2 in the food range done. Then I have the brown bread mix. I've found a co-packer. And the co-packer has the special machine that will aerate the flours to mix them. So then you just have it in a bag. When you bring it home, you need a mold or no mold. You pour it in a bowl. You add buttermilk, 1 or 2 eggs, a little bit of oil. Mix it up to a ball. Put it on a tray, flatten it down, stick it in the oven. 1 hour later, you've got Irish brown bread, soda bread. And it's the easiest recipe ever. And then there's a whole range of other stuff. I have another sauce that I'm about to start getting made is a guava barbecue sauce. There's another 9 in that recipe. Then there's the fish and chip side of everything that I want to do. The tartar sauce is ready to go. The batter mix is ready to go, and also to hit the stores. But it's all step by step by step. I don't have a big team behind me. I do everything myself.
That's always so hard.
Yeah,
there's so many steps.
If I did have a big team and I had a lot of money behind me, I could get this done faster, but I can't. So I have to do it myself. I have to rely on people eventually that they're actually coming to meet me about the product rather than coming to try and meet me because I was on a show. And that's where I have to filter them all. Just recently,
we'll get some of those people through this episode, man. DCPC is a platform that is just like honest. It brings a great listenership. Like we got some of the best listeners, viewers as well. So we're excited for all the opportunities, and I'm kind of shamed out because like before hopping on, I was hungry and I ended up just eating like a microwavable, like healthy choice meal. Like, do you ever get caught eating anything like that at this point in your life?
So instant noodles, I have a penchant for them every now and again. But when I make the instant noodles, I dicky them up with a little bit of stuff at home that brings them to another level. Or I'll actually put in pulled chicken that I've roasted myself. But ramen is my baby. I love it. Do I do any other junk food? I'm partial to a McDonald's burger every now and again, a Burger King burger every now and again. Yeah. And I'll also search out the new boutique style burgers that are not
boutique style burger.
Yeah, the ones that aren't a big main chain. Okay. For example, my buddy in Lucky Buns in DC, and he's after opening up in Baltimore, Alex McCoy, his burgers are off the chain. Stuff like that, you know. But just now tonight, yesterday we made this Irish strong mustard with honey glazed pork loin, finished with a little bit of breadcrumb that was roasted. I had some chopped potato. I had some carrot, parsnip, and celery turned into a mash. I had some proper gravy that I made through using lamb bones to make a reduction. And I had, on top of that as well, I had some Dutch cabbage, white cabbage. And I cooked down the white cabbage with some chicken stock cream and a little bit of whole grain mustard for yesterday's dinner. So I had that tonight, the remainder of that for dinner tonight. It was gorgeous.
Oh, man. I'm going to be leaving here very hungry now, Declan. I probably should have ate before I came on. You know, I love talking to the chefs because they give me all these ideas. I'm not a chef. I like learning from you guys, and I like to try different things and learning all the different techniques, you know, and really it's just about trying it. I feel like, you know, just going out there and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and not being afraid to fail.
That's true.
That's pretty fair for if you're offering advice for a rookie wannabe cook, home cook. I'll never call myself a chef, but you just go own it, right? I mean, you got to start somewhere.
start somewhere, but don't branch out to something that's crazy. Start with simple stuff and then move on from there, like, you know. And then for home chefs, one of the important things to start off investing in would be a good chopping board and a good chopping knife, which brings me to another thing where everybody who knows me now, and I'd like to reach out to everybody who's going to watch this, you need to DM me on Instagram about Kikawitchy Cutlery, so I can show you Chef Declan's Kikawitchy Cutlery specials and the range that I like.
What was it called?
Kikawitchy, Kikuchi.
Kikawitchy Cutlery.
Yeah. They're,
okay, Kikawitchy Cutlery. Check it out.
Yeah, they're from Japan. The company's 750 years old. They have Japanese chef knives, Japanese style, or they also have the Japanese chef knives with the rolled steel, hammered steel, with the Western style handle, and they're the only knives I use. Then when you've got that lovely knife, and then you want to buy the coolest thing ever, which is coming, prototypes are made and all that. It's called The Block, BLOK. And what it is like an iPad for your kitchen with a beautiful stand that has speakers on it and everything. It's a sort of a computer screen where one screen will have the recipe, one screen will have a video of me or some other chefs, and then the other screen can be, if your friends have it as well, you can all connect together and partake in a cooking class together. It's called The Block, and on Instagram, it's called Join The Block. So when you have all them, soon you'll be able to see videos of me doing recipes on it, and the recipes will be available. And also, once you have your Kikawitchy knife, that's happy days. And then for the home chef, you want to check out PermaChef to get yourself some really cool aprons that you can wear, get them branded and logoed in your own style that you can wear while you're cooking with me on this Join The Block with your Kikawitchy knife.
Man, I love all the plugs.
Sign me up. I want to get involved. That sounds fun.
And you're doing a lot of things. So you're making barbecue sauces. You're making Irish pastry, easy Irish pastries, so people can make that. You're doing all these different things. Out of all of the recipes, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Right now, it's a toss up between smoked meats and ramen. But literally, I'm interested in cooking anything. But my real interest right now, because we're in America and I've done a bit of training down in Austin, Texas, is smoked meats and getting it right.
that got Kevin excited because he has a Traeger at home. He got it recently.
Yeah, I thought I stepped my game up with a Traeger, Declan, and it's pretty epic. But I know it's just like a stepping stone to what's possible with the smoking of meats, and I love it. So yeah, I get excited to hear about it. What's your go-to, or your personal favorite meat to smoke?
Right now, it's just brisket all day long. Yeah.
Yes.
Or no, I take that back. Proper pork ribs, Chairman Reserve all day long. Nice thick ones.
Delicious.
Yeah, just when they pull back the bone about half an inch, then you know you got it on point.
Oh, delicious! Yes,
that sounds fantastic.
With your custom barbecue sauce. Now, does that got a little spice to it? Does your BBQ a little spicy?
My first one's really cool. It's Big D's barbecue sauce. It's gluten-free, low sodium, low sugar, full of superfoods, and it's only 15 calories per portion.
Wow.
It's got a bit of an Asian flavor to it, but literally, if you were ill and you drank it, there's so much superfoods in it, it will get rid of a cold.
And so is that out right now? Like I could go buy that, or is this in the works?
I buy it through my website right now, chefdeclanhorgan.com, and I sell it by bottles of 2 or a whole case, but that's where you can buy it right now. I'm in talks with stores. I'm on some websites waiting for stores to pick it up. I'm always looking for a connect to get it into a store. And once I get it in and they have faith in me, there's a whole range of food products that I have ready to go.
That's awesome. That's epic too, man.
That is. Being
prepared. And like, honestly, I'm starting to salivate right now, just thinking about all the smoked meats with the Declan Big D barbecue on that bad boy. That healthy choice that barely hit me, man.
It didn't scratch the itch. I think I need to sign up. I'm going to include all the, of course, show notes down below where all of our listeners can get Declan's great products. I'm going to go there tonight and get me some barbecue sauce because Art can attest. I love my barbecue
get
sauce.
The 2-bottle. I'll split cost with you. We're each going to get our own bottle.
And we'll do a review of it, Declan. We'll film it. We'll put it up for you. We'll do some promotion. Okay. We'll have some fun with it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm with it. Yeah, I mean, it's all the, all right, come on. For all you foodies out there, food is great, but you know what makes food better? The sauces. That's how I feel, is like sauces really bring it to another level. Cause like you can have the same thing, but put a different sauce on it. It brings out different flavors. And yeah, I'm definitely salivating right now, just thinking about all this smoked meat and everything that we're talking about.
Brisket, that's my go-to. Yeah. I did my very first brisket a few months ago. Actually, but you didn't get to taste it, I don't think.
No, I didn't get that one.
I just got the Traeger, Declan, and I was like, man, I'm diving into this thing. I'm inviting people over. The pressure was on. I was stressed out. I ended up running out of wood pellets halfway through this thing. I mean, I really was.
Wait, what time did you run out of wood pellets? What?
The beeper went off because it's the Wi-Fi Traeger. It went off about 7 a.m.
Okay.
So I was like running to the store, and this is halfway through the cook. We're losing temp, and as we know, this is not a good thing. And I was able to salvage it. We pulled it off, had a nice smoke ring on it, but I definitely learned have plenty of pellets on hand and or whatever wood you're using.
Can I give you go ahead. Smoked meats. I bet you were like a kid, or you were like a teenager dipping his hand in a girl's pair of panties the first time you pulled it off the grill, right?
Yeah,
You couldn't wait.
Okay.
Right? So what you need to do next time is get yourself a insulated box, right? Because you won't be able to have a auto sham or a steamer, right, or a bread prover. But get yourself an insulated box, like an igloo box, right? Line it and make sure that there's enough space that when you have the brisket wrapped, let it rest in the box for a good while. So we use steam boxes, and if you leave it in the steam box one day overnight at like 147, the next day the brisket's even better, and anything that you put into it is even better.
So how long should it be? Because what I did is I pulled it and wrapped it in like a butcher paper, and I just set it in the cooler that I had nearby. But I only let it rest for about maybe an hour and a half. Was that not enough?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know how you're going to keep the cooler warm. So if you have a hot holding cabinet, like some ovens in apartments have a drawer at the bottom, and nobody really knows what they're for, but they're actually hot holding cabinets. So if you can get the temperature right in that hot holding cabinet, take it off.
I thought that's where you put all the extra pans.
That's what everybody thinks, but it's actually a hot holding cabinet. Right?
Oh, see,
I didn't know that either.
We're learning here. We're learning. Yeah. So, but you have to have the oven on still.
Yeah, but you turn the oven to the right temperature, like 147 Fahrenheit. It's not going to burn down the house. It's just going to keep the house warm. And then once it comes off the grill, leave it in that if you can at 147 overnight, and then start carving it. And it will let it settle. All the flavors will leach into it better, and it will just be phenomenal after that.
Wow!
When you do the little tug, it should hold together that you see all the fibers starting to turn into little hexagons before it tears. But if it comes apart immediately, it's overdone.
Wow. This is good advice for sure. And then when actually cutting the brisket, right, there's the right angle, right? Because then there's the point, and then with the flat, and you want to slice it in different directions, right?
Yeah, you got to slice it against the grain. So another trick that you can do with that is before you cook the brisket, flip it over onto the flat side, go to the furthest corner on the skinny part, right? Check all the lines when you find it, and then put 2 little knife marks into it, and then turn it back over, season it, and cook it. So when it comes off, you'll know by the knife marks what's the angle to cut it at.
That's a good trick. Yeah. Okay. I'm learning. I'm taking notes over here, Declan. I got my notepad.
Well, I'm in the middle of doing a proper book all about smoking meats by Chef Big D, with some recipes at the back of it. And it's for a consultancy job I'm doing next week up in Pennsylvania. Once I have that done, I'm going to take that book, send it to a publisher, see if they're interested, and then blow it up after that. And that'll be one of my first cookbooks, I think. And then everybody's going to go, why don't you do Irish food? And I'm going, because I'm not ready to do Irish food. I'm not in the right position to do Irish food yet as a cookbook.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And that's epic. I love how you have all these different things going on that haven't quite happened yet, but you're getting everything prepared. It just feels good to rub shoulders with you and chat with you, man. So obviously you are a fantastic chef. You've been around many celebrity chefs, but what do you do on your free time? Like what are some of your like favorite hobbies? Like do you build models, or like what are you doing, man? Other than cooking?
So I'm a car nut, right? I used to, even though I'm built like a shit brick house now, I used to do a lot of BMX and mountain biking when I was younger. So I just got myself a Santa Cruz hightail. I was cycling a bit during the summer, near the end of the summer. Now with the cold weather, I haven't bothered me arse getting up on it again. But we're going to be moving out of this place soon at the end of April to another place. Hopefully we're going to buy a house, and there's a lot of green land around there. So I'm going to start trails and mountain biking again, not downhill mountain biking, just mountain biking for exercise and a bit of off-road a little bit. But right now I'm infatuated with either the first gen Raptor or the new TRX
trucks.
Yes.
The Raptor's badass.
Yeah. The first gen Raptor is badass, but the new one that's coming, the Raptor Or, that's going to be even better, but we won't all have
I don't know if
that.
I don't know if I've seen that one, the new Raptor.
They're a little spendy, but man, what a rig.
So their new Raptor Or, and they haven't officially released it yet, but it is coming. It's a new V8 engine, whereas the 200 or 2021 one is a V6 twin turbo, and it just like sounds like you're blowing through a paper bag rather than a full V8 engine going through a Magnaflow exhaust pipe.
So then, what do you think about like the design of the Cybertruck?
Cybertruck, if somebody gave it to me, I wouldn't kick it out of bed for farting. I'd love it.
What did you say?
That's a good one.
I said, you wouldn't kick it out of bed.
You wouldn't kick it out of bed for farting.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you, man.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think I'm with you. The Cybertruck, not something I would buy, but hey, I'll take one. Why not? But now I got to figure out where I'm going to charge the thing.
So the next one is, if as regards electric trucks, is the one called Atlas. You have to check out.
Atlas. Oh yeah, I think I've heard about it, but I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, man, that's a monster. A monster.
Who makes that?
Atlas.
Atlas is see. I used to sell cars. I've never heard of that manufacturer.
Right now, they're offering shares and everything to join into it. This thing is a beast. It has no wing mirrors, no indicators. When you put on the indicators, they pop out. They also have cameras all around it, so you don't need wing mirrors. And then indicators off, they pop back in, so they'll never catch on anything. The trunk is, and the battery pack is so powerful, you can plug in an electric MIG welder to do welding in the trunk. That's how powerful it is. Yeah.
Wow.
See, I wouldn't mind getting something like that, but it's spendy. Like it does come at like a heavy price point. And like, how long do these, lithium batteries last? And how long are those to replace? So it just really depends on your income. But, electric vehicles, I think, are just going to become more and more popular as time goes on.
Yeah, it's evolving.
Low mileage, Generation 1, 2014 Raptor, SVT. That's the moneymaker. Those engines.
What color? But what color are you wanting that?
So it either do Ford blue, gunmetal gray, or black. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends. It depends on the right price. But the thing about the engine in that is, they used to be used as work trucks, before they put the superchargers on them, before they did any of that jazz. And those engines are so good, they could get up to 500,000 miles on them once they were looked after.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy engines.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, the longevity, you hear about some cars that'll make it, but it's pretty rare. So 500K plus, send it.
Oh, that's super solid.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one is, I have a healthy interest in shooting guns only for target practice.
My man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do that. If you checked out our Instagram, we got some things on there. Kevin and I like to go.
We have some fun.
I've been going every 2 weeks right now, hitting up the range.
So for me,
it's a lot of fun.
What's your go-to, Declan?
So for me right now is, now that I'm in America, every movie I ever saw as a child growing up, I'm either going to shoot that gun or own the gun, even as far as a minigun.
Wow. Have you shot a minigun yet?
No, I can't wait to go to Vegas to do it. But there's a dude down in Fredericksburg that I met who has the Rambo machine gun, and he has a training site on his farm that you can actually go onto the farm with the Rambo machine gun and video yourself cutting down a tree with the Rambo machine gun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Wow.
That sounds like fun.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean,
I need to do it. And you're like, you're wasting your life. And I went, no, this is not wasting your life. This is an experience.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
until you operate a firearm and respect it and really understand the power behind that, it's, you know, it in the movies when you see all the action heroes, they're all shooting off and stuff. You're just like, it probably like you wouldn't be able to hear, like, oh, there's all these different things. But we had this gun shop owner, Alec Hinkleman, that's the last name, right?
Yep, he was on our show.
Yeah, and I bought my first firearm from him, and we're waiting to hook up with him because he used to be in the military. He has
Class 3 weapons.
yeah, all that shit, and good shooting range, good shooting land. I don't know what it is,
plenty of land.
but I want to go shoot all his guns, you know, and that would be so much fun. If you're ever in Denver, because we got that connection, man, I'm sure we could set something up. We'll just tell him we got a celebrity chef in town. He's really into guns. We can make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I just own one pistol, one firearm.
Yeah, Art's a new firearm owner over here.
How far? I mean, because it's another spendy hobby.
It is.
You know, how many do you got?
So Virginia is still the Wild Wild West, and right now I've got a Glock and I've got an artillery shotgun with a drum magazine that holds 30 rounds, shooting 2-ounce slugs.
What kind of Glock do you got? Because I have I got the Gen 5. I got Glock 45 Gen 5 9mm is the one I picked up.
Gen 7. Glock 17. No, Gen 3 Glock 17, excuse me.
Okay.
Oh, 17 Gen 3. Nice.
Nice.
Solid pistol. Yeah.
They're good firearms.
They are. I mean, Glock is, you know, when I went to buy my first firearm, I was going in wanting a Glock. Like I was sold. I'm leaving here with a Glock today, but I ended up leaving with an M&P, Smith & Wesson. Sold on it. Great firearm. Wouldn't trade it.
Yeah, I love your M&P too. It's smooth.
Solid.
It's smooth.
That's awesome.
Well, man, we've covered guns. We've covered brisket. This is, man, this is all American podcast right here, Big D.
Yeah, that's cool. And then
So you said you're
Oh, yeah.
working right now? Oh, it's St. Patty's is coming up.
March 17th.
Yeah, it is. My birthday is on the 18th. So a lot of times we'll go out for St. Patty's Day.
And then it's your birthday.
And then once 12 a.m. hits, then all of a sudden we celebrate the birthday. So that's always, it makes for a long night. How many hours of sleep do you need a night to function? Are you like a 6-hour sleeper? You can still handle business, or do you need the full 8? What are you working with?
I normally go to sleep about 1 a.m. and then I'm up at about 5:36.
Oof,
Man, it's kind of close.
man, you sleep real fast. Have you ever heard that motivational thing Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about? Like, you got to sleep faster so you have more day.
So sleep faster. A trick that I do is I sort of take 9 deep breaths in a row and slow down the deep breaths as I'm doing it. And then you flood your whole body with oxygen, and then you just drift off.
It's amazing what breathing will do. I was trying that last night. I had one of those insomnia nights and had to switch it up a little bit, and stuff like that kind of get, because my mind races when I try to do rest. So if you can get dialed into your breaths, you can get some rest, man.
Yeah, breathing is like one of the only, it's free, right? Like we all need to do it anyway, but it's one of the only things that you can do to immediately affect your physical anatomy is focus on your breathing, doing it differently. And, simple reminder to anybody out there, like the whole cliche of remembering to breathe, like it's true though. It's so true. Like I'll be overstressed. I work in supply chain management for the day gig. And sometimes I'm just so stressed out, man. I need to take, and then just having a couple deep breaths, like it does change your energy. It changes your mood. I'll get frustrated and just do like 20 push-ups really quick. And that helps tremendously. Just, switching up your thought process on things. Like, how long have you only been sleeping like 4.5 hours a night?
Years.
Yeah.
Years. We've been a chef like you, or your brain's always going. You know, you're worried about the kitchen, you're worried about the food, you're worried about the next day, blah, blah, blah. But my sensei at the moment, who is my little baby English bulldog, I watch her, and she actually takes time to take in the roses and take in the flowers and take in everything. And she'll wake up in the morning, 5:30, I get with her. She comes out, she has a little piddle, whatever. She comes back in, and she's like, "Sir, I'll have my kibble now served in a stainless steel bowl, please." I do that, and I serve her kibble. Then she'll come over and lick my leg for doing it. But then she'll find a window in our apartment, sit beside the window, and then she'll slump down looking out the window and breathe these big sighs of relief. And I've gone, all right, I'm not getting on the floor, but let's sit in a stool beside you. I'll look out the window as well with my coffee, chilling out. And I'll do these big, deep sighs, breathing with her. And it's the most relaxing morning ever. And then on a work day, I have to get up and go to work, but I'm relaxed doing it. But then come the weekend, I'm like, right, let's go second sleeps. And then we'll have breakfast. She'll roll into the bed beside me. And yeah, we're out for another hour and a half of sleep until we have to get up again. It's brilliant.
And I love it. I caught like a good jovial feeling picturing you watching your dog and kind of like being open-minded enough though to learn from your dog and like having that bond with it. And because there's a bunch of little moments in life that if you take the time to notice them, like you can have a really beautiful day. I mean, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of little moments too that can create stress. So it's like, where do you want to focus your energy? And I feel like that's a very mindful thing that you're doing in the mornings. Now, one question that I did think of while you were saying that is you had your cup of coffee there. Now, are you drinking your coffee black? Do you include cream and sugar? Like how does Big D Declan drink his coffee?
Most mornings I will do full fat milk only. I won't dick around with anything else. I won't do that thing with almond milk because I've never seen you be able to milk an almond. And then I take a little bit of brown sugar with my coffee. I do the
Brown
pods
sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar is the best for coffee. I do the pods, but I also always have to put a little bit of instant coffee on top of it because it's stronger, because I'm waiting to get the fancy ass espresso machine and all that jazz. Don't have one yet, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I'm a simple guy. I'm a cream only. You know, give me that half and half. And I'm with you with the almond milk thing. I can't get behind it. And Sam Elliott said it best. Where's the tit on an almond? It's nut juice.
Exactly.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try the brown sugar in the coffee. Like, you know, I've done honey before, but I don't think
I've done maple syrup is another favorite of mine, but I just started back on brown sugar because I was baking with it recently, and I have a little surplus bit of brown sugar, so I take half a teaspoon with my coffee, and I just think it works better with coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that to the test too. I mean, I'm not doubting your taste buds by any means, chef, you know, but I'm gonna have to put that to the test myself.
Yeah, for sure.
The brown sugar there. I've been drinking it black recently too. You know, there's something about starting off the day with that bitter taste in my mouth when I'm waking up to do this freight and logistics. I'm like, this fits perfectly, you know.
How's the song go? Wake up in the morning. Folgers, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh yeah, but the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, best part of waking up. You know, and like I just said, like the morning's not complete without coffee. So all the people out there that don't drink coffee, how do you get your day started? What are you doing? Stretches? Like
some people drink Red Bull and all that nonsense. Can't do it. That's way too sweet.
Yeah, and a Red Bull burp. Like I'll drink a Red Bull at 8 a.m. and then come 3 p.m. after lunch, after breakfast, after all this, I burp and still taste the Red Bull.
Oof.
Like, why does it stick around so long?
They've had the sugar that's in it.
Yeah, that stuff's poison, man.
Yeah, I'm not really into all those sort of energy drinks and stuff like that. I do like some green teas. The what?
There's nut juice in Red Bull as well.
Nut juice?
Yeah.
What's nuts in there? You know, I've heard nut juice though has a lot of health benefits.
Well,
yeah, taurine.
Oh, so I know you're not drinking now.
Ultimate.
You're staying busy, but when you do decide to have an adult beverage, kick back. What's your go-to?
Right. So I've been gifted a Middleton Very Rare, which is really cool. I've just been gifted a bottle of Maker's Spark Fine Reserve Select that not many people have. Guinness, obviously, because I just I'm mad about Guinness, but it's hard to get a good Guinness over here. I've got the Guinness glasses in the freezer. I buy a can every now and again. I do it. There's one or two bars in DC that I go to if I want to have a good Guinness. Out in Virginia, I haven't found one yet, but I'm looking for it. Yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
So I noticed like a Guinness, the beer, it's not as carbonated as most beers. Now, would you say that's authentic to Irish style Guinness?
100%.
Okay.
They use a glycol system or a nitrogen system to make it so fine, so it's not carbonated with CO2.
And that's what the little thing is in the can, right?
The widget just spins it inside to activate it all again. So like my hand movements there, that was like a ballerina.
Now, are you a dancer then too?
No, not a chance.
Yeah.
unless
me
you're
either.
dancing on that bike,
I used to dance on bikes when I was younger, but I also used to dance on my head from dancing on bikes, so I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I have my confidence. So in 2020, I went up to Portland. I planned a trip up there to go hiking in all the trees and go out there and have the best time. And when I arrived that night, I had my backpack, I had my girl's luggage, I had my luggage, all my weight. And I misstepped on like the last step walking into the Airbnb and just rolled my ankle so hard. And ever since that day, like it took months and months to overcome that injury. But yeah, my confidence dropped. Like as far as like I used to like be careful walking up and down the stairs, and it's interesting getting older and kind of how you look at life a little bit differently through the experiences that you've had, and how it shapes us.
For sure.
So would you have like a major injury on the bike? Like, did you ever break anything?
So I used to own Ducatis when I was living in Ireland. And back in June the 1st, 2009, I came off my S4S Monster and I broke my left knee in about 9 to 10 places. So I have 2 bolts, 2 plates and 14 screws in my left knee and a wound at the front that looks like a shark bit a big chunk out of my leg. And before you ask, I would love to get a new motorbike, and probably the new Harley Davidson Pan-European Tourer or the new Triumph Rockstar. But family members and loved ones would all disown me, so it's not happening. And as well as that, motorbikes are shite when it's raining because you just get wet.
That's a pretty gnarly knee break. I mean, does that still give you trouble, or is it you good to go?
I can tell when airplanes are coming in. It's like Doppler radar, and then I can also check when the weather is changing.
Well, I guess that's one benefit to breaking a bone. They say you can feel the barometric pressure change. So when that knee starts getting ached up, there's a storm of brewing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. My ankle was hurting today, and like it's now
snowing in Denver.
Yeah, snowing in Denver right now. I know you guys got some major storms coming in on the East Coast right now as well.
What?
Yeah, there's storms. They're gonna come in. I mean, I do logistics for the day job. Like this week is gonna be pretty brutal. Toward the end of the week, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that we have to deal with. I'm pretty sure, man. Maybe not in DC. Maybe I misquoted your weather, but I am totally not a meteorologist, so that's okay.
He's all checking the weather real quick.
He's like, what is this boy telling me right now? Like these guys
getting that live action weather report from 1,500 miles west of DC.
So have you been to Colorado?
No, I've not yet.
Okay, I'm kind of curious what you've seen. Like, what was your favorite place that you've been to in the 7 years?
I think the craziest spot was flying in a helicopter down the Grand Canyon. and
Whoa.
then having lunch at the bottom of the Grand Canyon with Hell's Kitchen. And then I'd say the next craziest thing was to return to Las Vegas and walk the streets as a civilian, where how many years after Hell's Kitchen, and people just losing their fucking minds when they saw me. Like, it took me an hour and a half to get from one spot to another, which would take about 10 minutes. And it was just people stopping me. I was like, all right, yeah, this is awesome. So that was.
So these are all fans.
Yes.
Like, these are all fans and watchers.
Yes. Even up here in DC, walking through the mall, every now and again, somebody will come up and go, oh, are you? And I went, yes, I am. How's it going? And they're like, oh my God, you're a fucking favorite. And I'm like, oh, thank you very much. Yeah. You can lead, follow, or fuck off, right? And I'm going, yeah, baby, yeah.
Oh man.
I watched the show. My girlfriend was a big fan as well. And I remember you saying that. I was like, man, Declan's the real deal. He doesn't fuck around.
But it's I don't know how to explain it. That's me, right? Like, everything that was on the show was me. And the lead follower or fuck off moment was you actually push the bear to the brink. Like, normally I'm like, dude, leave me alone, as you can see, but he just wouldn't let it go. So that's when I went, all right. And yeah, you can follow or fuck off.
Push the bear to the brink. Don't do that, people. Don't you do that.
Or you might get the wrath of the big D.
Yeah, you're in trouble then. So it was fun talking with because we talked with like Chef Corey, Chef Cody,
Chef
and
Mary Lou.
Yeah. And so you got to know all them pretty well. How was it seeing the chefs, like, after, like, you had recorded and then years and years later you get to see them again? Like, how was that experience for you?
It was cool, but we were still in touch with a WhatsApp group that they created, and I think it was Chef Corey created it, and it was called either Lead, Follow, or Fuck Off was the name of the group. So we were all in that, and when it really kicked off was when the show was first released over in Australia, a year before it was released in America, and it sort of went around the world before it was released in America. But then when it got released in America, that's when it really blew up. Yeah. Getting to talk to them and all that. Yeah, it was kosher. It was really good, but they're all so busy now. They've all gone off to do their own things. Me as well. I keep in touch with one or two of them every now and again, but that's about it.
That's one of the benefits of social media, I guess. You keep tabs on each other, support what you guys are doing. That's cool. It's a cool opportunity to be able to do that program. And then you guys are doing your own thing now, growing your own brands, growing your own products, but maybe say, hey, here and there over social media, hey, good to see you, man. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it
you
humble,
never know
keeping it to the roots.
Coming down the pipeline for me, so
that's true.
It sounds like you're jamming that pipeline full of stuff right now, and the other end, like, once that connects, it's gonna explode through that, because I mean, and that's the thing, like, and this isn't my material, but I listen to a lot of motivational videos and things like that, help keep me going through the week, and they say these things like, if you really want to make it, you really want to do something authentically yourself, you're going to have people that tell like, you can't, no, there's no way, you're not capable. I'm sure you've dealt with that, and you just keep moving forward, and you just keep trying. You invest in yourself, you reinvest in yourself. You might not be getting paid back immediately, but you keep investing in yourself. And like, the people who are willing to push through that hard time of like wondering, like, is this going to happen? Like, and then it all of a sudden happens. Like, that's what I'm trying to do with my life right now. Like, so, listening to you, I can tell that all these things that you're doing, and we're totally going to buy some of that.
I guarantee it.
BBQ.
It's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, we're doing that when we get off of this. But I'm super stoked of everything that you're doing, everything that you're working towards, what you've accomplished since the shows, because you've been on more than one show in the past, and it's epic. And I hope that you get on your bike again soon, man. That's freaking badass. I'm not brave enough to do downhill biking. Like, I know I couldn't do that. I know you said you weren't doing that either, and I could, like, agree, because like, I'm pushing some weight too, powerful gentleman. And And yeah, if I messed up on that bike, man, I'm gonna eat shit hard going down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But I have all the fancy new padded pants to protect my arse and my balls and all that. I've got the spandex. I've got the mountain bike shoes. I've got the Hemlet. Hemlet's in camouflage just to make sure it's cool. I've got the camel pack. I found some trails around here that I did a little bit, but the weather was getting cold coming into the winter, and I stopped. I had the bike in storage. It's all greased up. It's ready to go. It's been cycled about 12 times. And then, I've got these new massive platform pedals. They're, I can't remember the brand, but for the size 14 feet that I have, these platform pedals are bigger, so it's even better again. I've got the cool earphones. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the right time. Right now, it's too cold because your ears would snap off with the cold outside, or your face would split in half. But yeah, I'm waiting.
So you do listen? Do you listen to music while you're biking?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. But isn't it like one of those things where you don't want it too loud so you could still kind of hear your surroundings? Because I have like noise canceling headphones, but then I ended up getting just normal ones because I kind of like to hear what's going on around me as well.
So the only thing that I'm going to be hearing where I go for these rides is a bear. And if a bear's coming, well, then if he knocks me off the bike, we're going to have a fight. So let's see what happens.
just have yourself like a nice buck knife.
Push the bear to the brink.
Yeah, bear to the brink, baby.
But what's in those earbuds? What are you listening to, Declan? What kind of tunes are you rocking on this rip and trip?
I don't know, anything from backpack hip hop, disco house, drum and bass.
Okay,
a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, keep it mixed up. I like it.
Everything. I'm not country music. I'm not really into, but some of them I do like. Like what was that? What's his name? Fucking brilliant tune. Hold on, you probably know him. Let me pull it up.
He's a British feller.
No, it's a brilliant tune.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're talking about. You just started mumbling and it came to me. I can picture him driving the car in the music video. It's Paul something.
Paul Cowden.
Paul, there it is. I knew it was Paul something. I almost had it. Yeah, he's not too bad.
Another tune that he says is Big Velvet. And then everybody's like, when they see me, they're like, dude, you have to get a maroon velvet suit or a black velvet suit and call you Big Velvet.
So how tall are you, man? What are you, like 6'6" or something?
6'4".
6'4", okay. Size 14.
400 pounds, size 14. Hands that are like fucking. So that's an iPhone Pro 12.
Well, you know what, man?
Look at those cannons.
When we meet in person, which we will someday, I would love a hug from you so then I can feel like a child again.
He wants the bear hug. He wants the big D bear hug.
Yeah, I do, man. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, super excited for you. Love to hear what you're doing outside of everybody knows about the TV shows that you've been on, but hearing about all these things that you got in the works is just really motivating to hear about. And
my talent company that manages me right now, Dave Markin at Take 3 Talent. Now that we're into the new year and it's starting off, they have a stack of stuff waiting for me to start fulfilling. So, as I said, you never know what's coming down the road.
It's true, man. You never know what's around that next curve. And speaking of Take 3, I mean, they reached out to us and said, hey, would you like to have Declan? We were like, hell yeah, we were super excited. I was like, oh, yeah, that's Big D. Of course we want him on here. So that was a pretty fun moment, man. I'm glad that we were able to make it happen. And I appreciate you making some time to zoom in and have a chat with us.
Just one more question, though. One more question for you. And we like to ask all of our guests this because we've gotten so much great feedback is if you could give humanity one piece of advice to help humanity be better tomorrow, what would that piece of advice be?
Be nice to each other. Yeah, respect each other. Everybody's got shit going on. So always remember that.
So true.
Solid.
It's like me in the kitchen. My kitchen teams. Everybody struggles in life, and more so now with the way society is going. So I understand that if people are late, okay, obviously once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, Then we'll sit down and I'll see if I can adjust the roster to suit them better. Or I understand that if people are tired and all that, they have other shit to be worrying about outside of work. They could be single moms, they could be single dads, they could be doing anything, you know. And I try to take that into account when I'm dealing with people. And I don't scream and shout. I try and make the workplace when I'm with them that it's when they're at home, they're like, I can't wait to go into work tomorrow. Deco's going to be there, Big D, and we're going to have a buzz. We're going to do some numbers. He's going to teach me some new shit. This is brilliant. Let's go. You know?
I love it.
It's all about your attitude, man. We got a choice every day to wake up. Are we going to be nice? Are we going to be pissed off? You know, it's on us to make that decision daily. And it sounds like on 4 hours of sleep, you wake up, and go, I'm going to own it today. I'm going to own it tomorrow. And that's what we all got to do. Great mindset, man. Love the hustle. I'm excited about your barbecue sauce. I'm about to buy in the next 10 minutes. I'm committed to that.
We're about to buy that. And man, what a pleasure talking with you. I feel honored. I feel like I have a little bit of extra gusto to get through the rest of my week after hearing all this shit that you're getting into. And
Awesome.
Everybody, we're going to leave information in
on the show notes.
And so everybody can check that out. It'll be super easy. What a pleasure talking to you. We're absolutely happy to have you on and making time for us, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Thanks again, Big D. And, you know, you remember when you come to Denver, Colorado, give us a shout. We'll hook up. We'll have some fun, eat some brisket, shoot some guns. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's totally shoot some guns together, man. Even though you send so much money down so quickly each round, like you don't even know until you go and shoot a couple, bro. It gets spendy.
Yeah, for sure. No, good buzz, gents. Thanks, man. And don't forget, maybe we'll circle back when something big comes around, and we'll circle back and talk about that.
100%.
Absolutely. We love repeat guests, man. So
all you listeners, you know we love you guys. Be good to yourselves.
you deserve it.